What an odd day to piss me off this bad, YouTube. What an odd day. For YouTube to decide that this is what my screen should look like, basically. Well, that's just a normal position. That way's up, right? That's pretty fucked up. I just line it up for you, YouTube. Let me show them what you want me to show. That's the fallen cross of your faith. A cross I left behind long ago, but it did not keep me from God, and especially not true faith. Because I never forgot how to pray. Now, you want to forget how to pray really quickly, go ahead and buy into that whole the elect thing, as if it applies to you. As if there's nothing you can do to fuck up because you've met Jesus. You've accepted Jesus into your heart as your personal Lord and Savior, just like they taught you how to say. And all you need is a happy thought and you can fly. And if you clap your hands every time a ferret gets its wings or something, I don't know. Every time a kitten shits, a demon gets its wings. What? It's funny. Every time a demon farts, a wood boring bee gets its wings. I fucking hate those assholes. Act like they own your stairs. My stairs, motherfucker. Fuck away. That fucking pair of bees lived their whole lifespan here before they went away. Pretty sure they just died where they were. Which means probably in a couple years we'll have some brand new, tiny little more fucking wood bees. A lot like humans. They just bore into somebody else's shit and try to chase them the fuck off. Not realizing how like bugs they can be smashed. And it shouldn't be any consolation that when this world goes, I'll go with it. I have no fear of death other than my failures here. fact, I know exactly the sensation of death. And I would agree with, most people's guess that it isn't actually very pleasant, no matter how you go. Even if you're asleep, you'll notice when you die. Sorry. Hate to spoil that whole illusion for you kids. If you die in your sleep, you get sucked into the same sort of difference. That's all it really is. It's a difference. It's the getting sucked in part that sucks. Oh, but the trials. Yeah, don't go into that cave expecting to find your spirit animal, or he will seriously fuck you up. That's a lie from the devil. Mm. People think they know how to pray. People think they even know what the devil is based on what the Catholic Church wrote. Devil is much older and powerful than that. Much more historical context, much more actual presence on this earth throughout history than that. And the devil deceived you so well that you forgot how to pray. Bless this food. Protect us on our trips home from the football game. Let Ricky not get injured while he's surfing and mountain climbing. Sorry, Ricky. Shouldn't be praying for shit that God already has planned out. You're interfering. You're in the way. You presume arrogantly that God Almighty needs your advice on what to do with your puny little lives. Contemplate the definition of humility for once. Always saying, God, what can you do for me? Never praying, God, what can I do for you? Do you? Do you? The way people get addicted to money, the way that people get addicted to drugs. Why don't anymore they get addicted to serving God? Oh, because psychological research shows that dopamine levels in the brain during religious service are elevated similar to those in drug addicts. Yep. And even the Catholic Church warned you that doing drugs was the devil's way of replacing God in your lives. Oh, it's highly addictive. Humbling yourself to God's will and actually seeing how that pans out better than the plans you can make for your own lives. Man, that is addictive, I gotta tell you. I love surrendering my life to God. I love having difficulty after difficulty, trying to plan my own shit, then surrendering my life to God and then just seeing it all fall into place. Like, what the fuck? Dude, God, like, you're awesome. But that's not how most people operate. They pray that their little plan can come true. Me, don't confuse what I'm doing with me trying to plan out God's goals for my life. I don't know what to do anymore. I haven't for a long time. I've been trying to prepare myself for every possible thing that I know how to do to be able to do it, to be able to get things done that I see people aren't doing, and that's all I know how to do right now. But even I have to humble myself and say, is there something I'm missing? Stop and pray. Stop and pray. God, am I on the right path? For you, not for me. I've had this happen to me over and over again right before I got a job, right before I got a check I was owed, right before I met a nice girl after years of loneliness. Maybe she turned out to be a whore, but still, it was a good thing at the time. I bother to say something's going to happen. If I say I'm going to make something happen, the few times I've said that, the very few times I've said that, it has happened. And that's been some crazy shit. To verify that it was I. Who made the series Once Upon a Time. And even before making it, asked my wife, what would you like to name it, Shah? And she said, well, obviously, Once Upon a Time. Because the story of fairy tales and forgotten lore, of heroes, might, and magic, there was more truth buried in those than left as breadcrumbs in the history books. More clues leading back to the important truths. And yes, I'm still rhyming in my head and refraining from saying those things just because I don't want to sound pretentious. Not trying to compose a fucking ballad here. Started rhyming on accident. I'm like, well, let's just roll with that. It's like I'm me or something. I started getting self-conscious for a second. Oh, it fucks it up. Oh, so human. So delightfully and annoyingly human. The most enlightening thing you could ever learn in your life. To take the weight of the world off of your shoulders. And stop trying to put it on your parents and everything else. That God is a human. Just like you. Well, not just like you, but yeah. Experiences helplessness in all the same ways. Yeah, I know what happens at the end. But not any more than you do. I remember it visually from my childhood, yes, but you've been told enough times to know damn good and well. You serve God. God renews your soul. You serve God, you forgive other people. Sometimes you write them the fuck out of your life. Sometimes you tell them off really good before doing so. But you don't seek vengeance against them. For vengeance is God's alone. God may be human, but he's still in charge. Maybe not the ruler of this world as it is seen by the world, but still in charge nonetheless. Prayer is not complicated. Prayer is not difficult. It's not some mysterious art that you have to go to a plateau temple, climb a rope and cross a bridge and ring a bell, walk upstairs and ring an even bigger bell. Really big fucking bell. and then learn to like sing while growling for some reason. Because oh, that's all of your vocal cords. Yeah, yeah, you're growling. Yeah. Sing like a demon. It's fucking um it's stupid is what it is. Fucking touristy dumbasses in the West are like, oh, look at the way their voices, blah blah blah. It's not that hard, especially for opium smokers. See, if you start praying, open yourself up to the idea that the response you might actually be getting, you just don't want to hear. Like I pray, but I never hear God talk back. I never hear, I never even sense what He wants from me. I don't feel God's presence. No, you're just not listening. If you tune in the right frequency, you'd hear. God's the one making you remember the voice of Red from that 70s show saying, it's not about you, dumbass. Because guess what? It's not all about you, dumbass. When you pray, don't ask God for inner peace. You haven't earned it. When you pray, don't ask God for happiness. You don't deserve it. If you did, you would have it. Because God is just, is He not? So are you not slapping God in the face saying, God, give me something I don't deserve? Aren't you just being an annoying little child? Aren't you just being impetulant? Saying, God, give me inner peace. God, give me happiness. Give me love. Make people appreciate me. Nothing but vanity. It's like praying for money. me, I've been trying to get into character and not act like myself and try to be a business person and try to give other people a chance to save the world. I thought maybe, if I stop worrying about just what I can do for me, other people would want to get involved. I thought this was a sure win. I'm going to get even like Republicans interested in the environment because they'll be able to see the effects right in front of them. Not so much. Not so much. I just want to be clear about what it means to be me and the particulars of the example I set don't apply to the role I must play. But there comes a time when even I must surrender to talk. And wash my hands of the whole thing. My channel people, we're not getting paid off anytime soon. The only way I'll be able to afford a property is if I fucking take out a mortgage. Because these deals, even if they got taken off the listing, it's not going to do me any fucking good not being able to show them to anybody. There's a shadow of hope in your minds. I can guarantee it sticks to my feet. But I just want everybody to know the gate has closed on the window of opportunity. Unless Emily can afford to buy $1 million piece of land. In fact, I think I might be the one person considering that I ordered my people to not give me any help. With the help of an investor, with the help of a standard thing that's available to any other man, I can accomplish whatever I want. They can't be the ones to invest in me, but I could probably signify the purpose of the purchase by the price of the offer that I give to one of these $1 million pieces of land. Anyways. So what do you pray for? Can you pray for anything? The strength to help others. The wisdom to be able to. The stamina, the determination, the perseverance to see things through and to not be discouraged. You know, kind of like I spent all last night and all this morning being, pretty fucking discouraged. Dingo, don't discourage me. Pray and ask God, what can I do to help? What can I do to love other people more? What can I do to be more faithful in you, O God? What can I do in my daily life that shows that I do it for you? To trust in God and to believe in salvation in the afterlife is to devote everything that benefits you to also being of benefit to God. To not plan anything for yourself in this entire life unless it can benefit God, unless you can show that through God you were led to believe that you should help other people, and thus adding to the kingdom of God. to help other people, to help other people, to help other people, and say, God made me help you. And they'll be like, well, you're very nice. I'd like to meet this God. He gave good advice. That's called converting people to Christianity. Republicans, pray for acknowledgement. Pray for the faith that you lack. Pray and give thanks for the things that you are given, for the things that you have, for the things that God makes exist. Not just the food that you eat, but the air that you breathe. Because the works of the goddess are of God as well. And as the Bedouins of North Africa once said, is it not the goddess who makes the plants produce oxygen? You know, I love everybody a whole lot. But try as I might, I shy away from loving y'all just so much that I'd actually become evil. I do say rue the day that it happens, but that's in hope that it doesn't, and in hope that y'all might listen, and hope that it might make a difference. But the goddess being so powerful, she had to split herself again in two and become evil. Just to bear the rights that would teach you, children, the value of what you had, only to make you turn against the giftor. How interesting the way you've handled things. The wrath of Mother Nature. Just too much for you. Can't get in the way of your greed. Well, what if Callisti came to California? Bingo, that's enough. Well, it wasn't working before. Let's see if it's working now. I made my little angry videos private. Nobody knows I'm even on a stream. Nobody sees my broadcasts. Oi, 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 oi. Don't pray that other people forgive you. Tell the truth and learn your lesson. Seek redemption and be forgiven. As God forgives you if you seek it. Do not pray for financial success, promising God a percentage. Lest you give yourself a penance and give God the greater share of your life. When trying to figure out what you should pray for. Pray to be a better Christian. What does it mean to be a Christian? The fact that you're a Christian should mean that you give to the needy. The fact that you're a Christian should mean that you're compassionate towards those who are not like you. The fact that you're a Christian should mean that you should pray for and wish the best for and peace to even your enemies. The fact that you're a Christian means you should understand that it takes a village to raise a family. The fact that you're a Christian should mean you understand that our children are our future. That no child should actually be left behind, and that education shouldn't be left up to a fucking slogan. The fact that you're a Christian should mean that you believe in hard work and family values and integrity. And as such, scoff at usury and commissioned middle management. And what else is privatization of our public resources for our public services? What the fuck are you privatizing a public service for? If it's not being done right, we pass laws and fire the fucking people. Our government is broken because we don't put enough politicians directly in jail. They commit fucking crimes, and they get treated like fucking rock stars or some shit. Oh, please come this way, sir. Put these cuffs on. Time to go to the Grammys. So the screen wouldn't let me make a regular fucking broadcast. And now nobody showed up, basically. Shocking.
gloves are now completely black.
Residents are blaming the coal-fired power stations in the region. All of the smoke is
Coal power plants turning the smoke black, turning the snow black in Russia. That's hilarious. There was a shooting at a Trump resort in Doral. Oh yeah, the hero. The hero with bad target selection ability. You know, let me make something clear that Christianity these days gets very wrong. You don't pray to Jesus as the person. Jesus is Gaelic for I am. When you pray to Jesus, you should be praying to the undefinable God, not confusing that with an incarnation of God. Because if you want to picture Jesus while saying Jesus, you need to picture Jesus and Mary. Understand? And really, depending on the realm, you need 5, 7, or 13 of us up there. There are some truly miserable things that I'm terrified of remembering about 2,000 years ago. Things that I just can't talk about. Who could? Talk about digging up old wounds. We need to outlaw fraternities. These little fucking boys clubs of corruption. Basically, you know what being a fraternity means in a nutshell. What fraternities are hiding, okay? What they're really hiding, why you got to go through all that shit. The real reason is because if you're in the same fraternity, I can bribe you. You can bribe me. We will hide each other's shady shit, period. And that's what's happened to all. That's the 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 backbone of the corruption of this country. Is fucking grown up frat boys who never really grew up because they're frat boys. Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, it's running again. Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, oh fucking goody. For the country is stuck on stupid. Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders. For the whole damn country is stuck on stupid. Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders. The trolls of this world will come out of the woodwork to support Bernie Sanders, to support Bernie Sanders. And he shall run till he's 490. And he shall run forever and ever. And he shall run for president forever. And he shall run forever and ever for president forever. He shall run for president forever, but he won't win and be president. Not never. Not ever. Sorry, didn't mean to double negative and confuse the northern folks. Sorry, I just got carried away there. A little ad-libiting choral music about how wonderful it is that Bernie Sanders is running again. Make America conquerable again. That's basically Bernie Sanders in a nutshell. Just fuck over all of our great international companies. Fuck over our entire military. Fuck over all of our wealthy people. Fuck over all the gun owners. Cause a civil war. And yeah, we'll be doing great. Yeah, because poor people got a little more money. I'm a poor people, and I don't want that to happen, okay? I'm a poor people. Ooh. Fail Safe House Lifting Systems Incorporated. I'm back in the 90s with this music, man. So, those are some crazy fucking jacks they're using. Oh, it looks like they actually understand, like, how to support it and everything. Heavy duty shit. Some big ass fucking lifters for a tiny little house. Just a tiny little house. Look at the size of the fucking towers on there. Holy shit. Ah, holy shit. I told you I wasn't inventing nothing new. But I tell you what. Oh, my designs would look so great on that. Oh, just the look. Oh, the look. Oh, the powerful, durable, sturdy look. Oh. Hold on, dude. let me see these people's channel. Must be an American company. Anyways. So it is just fascinating to see how much my construction technique, as far as foundations go, resembles what the Chinese are doing. I get these videos every now and again showing like amazing, efficient construction workers, and they're clearly Southeast Asian people in a Southeast Asian area and everything, wearing little Southeast Asian hats. I love those hats. All I can say is, it must be pretty efficient if the Chinese are doing it. They're sure kicking our asses. We do it bigger and better, yeah. But is it necessarily necessary? The way we build real estate. If they can do it more efficiently than us, and we're building things that wind up devalued and abandoned over time, instead of actually lasting as long as they're built to last. Think about that. Think about how many suburbs have gone up and then just gone to shit over time. The people who built those houses intended better for them. Yeah. How much better would things be if people just thought of the other person on the end of the interaction? How much better would immigrants behave when they came here if they felt more welcome? How much better would police treat people who listen to rap music if they weren't acting like, oh, fuck you, cop, basically? Fuck the police. Yeah, that's not nice. How many criminals wouldn't feel, how many people wouldn't feel justified saying fuck the police if the police acted more professionally? More professionally. Not within the bounds of being okay and not criminally prosecutable, but actually fucking professional. See, this whole past generation was not taught how to pray properly. So they've forgotten how to live and act properly. They've forgotten how to put others before themselves. I'm talking about being a millionaire driving a Honda. These people worried about yachts and Ferraris and shit when the world's on fire. Oh yeah, isn't it? Oh, that one hurt. Oh, that hurt good. Arthritis, give me strength. No. That's not what that pain was. That was just the sheer reality bending force of it. Yeah, I did see one NASA is lying to you type thing a while back. That the 2028 meteor was actually going to strike in 2019. Let's see if they were right. I'll just laugh and laugh and laugh. But anyways. I wonder how much qualifies as the surveying stage. If I were to buy a piece of land. Top 10 reasons why to buy the Honda Passport. Let's see what they are. The volume knob, no. Equipped for adventure. Okay, yeah. Equipment, yeah. Luggage rack and shit. Looks good. 20-inch standard wheels, yeah, those are nice. Hands-free power lift gate. You open it with the shoe. That's nice. Versatile cargo area. Yeah, just like the Pilot and the CRV with the very, very flat seat and a little extra trunk area underneath the thing. Number 5, comfortable seating. It's got the same front 2 rows as the Pilot, which is fucking glorious. Oh, if you ever been in one of those. I went from selling Mercedes and shit to selling the new Hondas, and they are nice. That Pilot it just, it just has a natural feel as luxurious as other vehicles have to really overdo their trim to try to be. I just wish they'd give it more power. You gave the new one a 9-speed automatic transmission. Wait, I'm falling behind. Number 4, what was number 4? Oh, the Elite has the rear climate control. Number 4, standard Honda sensing. Now that is nice. I just want to read off what that actually entails. Lane departure warning, lane keeping assist system, which means it'll nudge you like you nudge your steering with the radar on the lines, you know. Road departure mitigation system, keep you on the road. Forward collision warning, collision mitigation braking system, and adaptive cruise control. So set and forget in traffic. Choose your spacing. The 2013, 2014 models just had basically a little set of cars, and you chose how many spaces of that car between you and the car in front of you. Very nice. Simple and straightforward. Unlike the volume slider. They forgot that. I don't think they're going to mention the volume knob. That should be number 1. It's got a volume knob. We did away with the stupid slider that, like, you only like if you want to like it, basically. You know, the nicest thing about a Honda, okay, well, not the nicest thing. There's a lot of nicest things about a Honda, but the nicest thing about all Hondas is you get in them and you know what the fuck you're doing right away. All of the major switches are exactly the same. You get these fucking new Hondas, and they're changing shit around on you. It's like, what the hell? And one thing that is sacred that should never be changed, because you can generally get into just about any factory vehicle and say, here's the factory radio, here is how I turn it off and on and up and down. It's the volume knob. The volume knob is sacred. Do not fuck with the volume knob. You gotta buy your little Alpine, Jensen, Phillips, whatever, head unit and ruin the look of your whole dashboard if you want little buttons to go up and down. But even the radios that I remember weren't douchebaggy enough to give you a little touch slider. Honda would do quite well to just, like, before actually thinking this is a good idea because it's efficient and useful and blah blah blah. Is it douchebaggy? If so, just proceed no further. None of the other reasons matter. It's douchebaggy. Move on. The volume slider is douchebaggy. Anyways. Speaking of douchebaggy, I'm kidding. On-road and off-road capability. Available all-wheel drive. Yeah. Don't get a front-wheel drive Passport. They shouldn't make... See, there we go, douchebaggy. They should not make a front-wheel drive Passport. That's douchebaggy. Front-wheel drive Pilot's fine. See? That's supposed to be able to save gas on long trips. Okay? If I wanted to save gas on long trips and bring the kids to Disneyland, I get a Pilot. And you can cut me down to 2 wheels, you can cut me down to 3 cylinders, you can cut me down to 1 testicle, whatever. I could be a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater in my fuel-efficient giant SUV. But if I'm buying a Passport that's ready for adventure, motherfucker needs to be 4-wheel drive. Hondas actually get relatively better gas mileage every single time out of their four-wheel drive systems than any other four-wheel drive system, because their four-wheel drive system switches to two-wheel drive unless the front wheels start to slip. Now with the Pilot, you know, if you want to just call it a glorified minivan, you can have it in front-wheel drive. If you're driving like clients around in the shit, you still need it in all-wheel drive. Because like I said, it still gets better gas mileage than other all-wheel drive or off-road vehicles. But never a Pilot in front-wheel drive. I mean, never a Passport in front-wheel drive. They have it available all-wheel drive. That's just too douchebaggy. Anyways, yes, I'm pausing to do the top 10 reasons why to buy a Passport. Because you better buy it in all-wheel drive. With the basic trim, get a fucking all-wheel drive. They should make the super handling all-wheel drive with the intelligent torque transfer the option. And 9-speed automatic transmission. There you go. Give me a 7-speed with regular all-wheel drive, and then give me a 9-speed with the super handling all-wheel drive. That's where you got your market corner right there. Those two options make sense together. Having all these different options doesn't make sense. You get the base model with a regular all-wheel drive and a 7-speed. You get the touring model, you can get all-wheel drive, super handling all-wheel drive. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. No fucking front-wheel drive on any of them. None of them. You need the rear wheel traction. And Honda owes it to the tragedy that was the original Passport. Just for how much love was given to them. Think about it. That Honda Passport looked better than the Isuzu just because it had an H on the front. It did. It genuinely looked better. Just because if you love Hondas, it looks good to be a Honda, you know? But that H on there inspired an unwarranted sense of confidence. And Honda owes it to the consumer to just show, yes, we know what the fuck we're doing. We don't need you, the customer, to tell us. We're telling you what you need to drive. We lead the market. The other manufacturers can now follow. Okay, Honda? You can do this. I can help. You don't seem to want to pay me. Huh. Oh well, I guess I'll keep helping for free. Do unto others. Might wind up a slave in your next life. Anybody who steals anything from me, more than likely will. Will. Okay, they certainly will. Yeah. That's not as to say people who do worse than steal from me will only be slaves. Oh, oh. Zuckerberg's communist wife wants to cure all disease or some shit. That's nice. Does anybody fall for that shit? Cure all disease, but taking money from the people who manufacture them. So, anyway. I'm gonna have to get back to hunting for land soon, I guess. I don't know. Well, I think you get the point, kids. The world is dissolving because people are basically praying for the wrong reasons. They've been taught to pray the wrong way. They've been taught to pray in public to be seen by each other so that everybody can make sure that everybody's thinking the same thing. and they're not praying and reflecting on what they've done and learning what they can do better. What did you do in the past that you know made the world a worse place? What did you not do? What can you do differently now? What can you do that you weren't doing before? What can you stop doing? Who can you help that you weren't helping before? What can you say that you weren't saying before? Take care of yourselves.